In this video, I will show you how to find and highlight entire rows containing a specific text in Excel like this. So let's get started. Here in this Excel sheet, I have 4 columns containing various fruit names. Now I want to find and highlight rows containing the text apple given in the C2 cell. I will use a formula using the search function. To do that, the search function returns the position of the substring within the string. If the substring is not found, it returns a value error. For example, this search formula will search for the character A inside the B3 cell and returns 1 as the character A is located at the first index of the text Alex. This formula returns 2 because the character O is located at the second position in the text John. However, this search formula will return the value error because cell B5 does not contain the character B. To highlight the rows that contain text, I will first add one helper column at the end of the table. Now I will join all the column values together for the first row using the ampersand sign like this. This cell now contains the combined value of all the columns of the first row. Drag the formula so that every row's combined data is generated in the helper column. I will now search for the text apple inside the combined data contained in the helper column cells. Let's create a formatting rule based on the formula. Select the range of the cells containing fruit names, that is B5 to E9. Do not select the helper column. Now go to the Home tab, click the conditional formatting option and then select the new rule menu item. Select the use a formula to determine which cells to format option from the rule type list. Now we need to enter a custom formula that either returns a true or false value. I will use this formula that searches the value of the text contained in the C2 cell inside the first helper column cell, that is cell F5. If the text is found in the F5 cell, the search function will return a positive number which is considered a true value. If the text is not found, then it returns a value error which is considered as false value. I will make the C2 reference absolute using the dollar signs like this so that it does not change when Excel applies this formula to other rows. Since we want to highlight entire rows, I will also make the helper column reference, that is column F, as an absolute reference using the dollar sign like this. So when Excel applies this formula to other rows, only the row number will be incremented while the column is locked to the helper column. Excel will automatically apply this formula to the remaining cells in the selected range by keeping the columns locked. Now click the Format button to open the Format Cells dialog box. Since we want to change the cell background to red, select the Fill tab from the top. Select the desired background color to apply to the rows. I am going to choose the light blue color. Click the OK button to close the Format Cells dialog box. Make sure to check the preview section to confirm the cell format. This custom cell format will be applied to a cell only when the formula we entered returns true for that particular cell. In this case, this format applies when Excel finds the specific value in the helper column. Click the OK button to close the conditional formatting dialog box. As you can see, all the rows containing the text apple are now highlighted with the light blue color. You can now hide the helper column if you want by right-clicking the column name and then selecting the Hide menu option. This conditional formatting rule is dynamic, which means if you modify the value in the C2 cell, the format will be changed automatically. For example, if I type banana instead of apple, all the rows containing the text banana will be highlighted automatically like this. Watch these videos for more Excel tips, tricks and how-to tutorials. If you find this video useful, please like the video and subscribe to our channel.